Hi, Helen. Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I think my question is so basic, and yet here it is. I
No such thing. There's no such thing as a
I
big.
know it's just I would imagine everybody is dealing with this at some level. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I the meditation that you just invited us to be. It's to me there's nothing more wonderful than to be that and to fully connect with that. So yet i I hardly ever allow myself to do that. I'm
Why
able
not?
to.
Why not?
That's what I want to talk to you about. Why not? um it it my I believe my pattern is that I feel a low level in my life, no matter what's happening, but especially in stillness when there's not much happening. There's just a low level of anxiety, I'm going to call it.
Yeah.
And that low level of anxiety, I just have a lifetime of habitually turning to, reading, eating, things that will take my mind off of it. But I don't do the thing that is the actual healing thing to do, if that's the correct word. And I don't really understand why I'm doing it.
Well, it happens to us all, as you said, initially. The thing that feels so nice to do, to just sit, whether my body's moving or not, I can just be sitting in my being. If I'm talking and walking and driving, all of that, I can just be letting my body and mind do whatever they want to do and whatever they're doing. If I'm not doing that, though, it's got to be from some sense, or not doing that as much as I want to, let's say. It's got to come from some sense that it's either unsafe to do that, to rest in the beingness, that you lose something if you do that, or that you don't deserve to do that. Some kind of deep down, probably both of those. When I looked inside my own self, there was something in there that said, you can't just sit in the silence and let life flow effortlessly and have everything come that you want. That's just, nobody has that life as a human being. Something like that. You've got to work at it. You've got to earn it. You've got to deserve peace or something like that. And it was one of the most challenging things to do, to just accept the natural state of any human being is causeless peace, as Eliot said. Quietness, silence, abundance of how we want to feel in here, abundance of the experiences we want out there, which are the same, really. So just probably, if you examine, sitting with this question, why don't I do that? Not from a mind perspective, why aren't you doing this? You should be doing this, like mind says, just from a different place. Why aren't I resting more? Like, I'm just kind of curious. Why don't I rest in the silence, the beingness more, with an open curiosity, just to see what that is? There'll probably be some sense that you don't deserve it or something like that. Mm-hmm. There's the anxiety. I'm resting in the natural state. I'm just being, but I can't really do this for too long or something's going to explode or go wrong or some disaster's going to happen, right? So I'm kind of resting, but I'm also anxious at the same time in that. Can you get a feel of it inside?
Yeah. I think I haven't yet been able to. It feels like to have both of those things happening at the same time feels like an either or to me. I feel like I'm either in that place of immense peace or I'm in this state of anxiety. Mm-hmm. And so what you're speaking about is being in the peace and witnessing the anxiety.
Yeah.
And
Does it have to be one or the other? You see, mine says it's
well,
one or the
no,
other.
it doesn't have to be, but that's how I've set it up.
Well, now here's an opportunity to just gently allow that anxiety with also looking if there's something deeper there too. Your categories, obviously. So that's always a good
Yes.
sign.
She says, do it.
We all have this. There's always going to be a good reason not to just be. There's always going to be something that we could cook up to have to fix first about ourselves or someone else or something, right? And in the end, it's like, can I just relax here and be myself no matter what's happening to my body and mind? Do I have to fix my body and mind and my life first and then just be? Or is it really the other way around? The more that I just be, the more that stuff kind of sorts itself out anyway. Because we're scared because we don't feel good enough and we can't quite seem to manage to get any better because we're starting from this flawed premise that we're not good enough. Because we can't seem to manage to be better than we are, we feel scared that something's going to come and hurt us or get us, and then we try even harder to be even better, and around it goes. This constant background of fear is pretty constant for all of us, isn't it? Usually by the time you get to this point.
Yeah.
But can you ever get to that place that we're trying to get to? Can you ever get to a place of worthiness if you're not really unworthy, if you never were?
Yeah. It's accepting the truth.
And also, also recognizing though that your mind is never going to get this. It's always going to feel that you should be heading further down the road to some imaginary version of you in the future that is perfect, something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it's okay, that's what mind does, but we don't have to keep chasing it down the road. Or probably we'll just, relax more and more of your waking state, you'll just be here. And less day by day, you'll be trying to get somewhere. You'll just shift over gradually as you just relax into it more.
Yeah. Thank you. That's helpful.